So it took me a couple days to record this video because I have been wrestling with emotions this entire time. Obviously, everyone knows at this point the murder and assassination of Charlie Kirk on September 10th of 2025. This was a man of God that stood on Christian values, that professed Christ, that practiced his freedom of speech, and also showed mercy and empathy and grace to his opponents. All that he wanted was to have open dialogue and to teach and educate people. And tragically, he was killed for it. He is a martyr of the faith. He is a martyr of Judeo-Christian right-thinking civil rights and freedom. He is a martyr in this modern age, and many are saying that he is the equivalent of Martin Luther King for this modern age. Initially, when it happened on September 10th, I was full of rage. I was full of righteous indignation. I wanted justice. I wanted vengeance. I wanted to attack violence with violence. I'm tired of these evil, wicked people killing and hurting, and a party that claims love, that is a lie, is a party of violence and hate and malevolence, and I'm just tired of it. But my dad, who is wiser than I, told me the best way to honor Charlie Kirk's memory is to not attack violence for violence, but to honor his memory in the same way that he lived his life. To fight, to speak truth, but not with violence, but with words and ideology. This is why I started this. This is why I am uploading these videos. It might seem stupid, but I'm tired of the evil in this world and me not having skin in the game. The irony of this event is that they thought that they would silence Charlie Kirk by doing this. But in fact, what happened, it is awakening a spiritual and societal revival, that there will be 1,000, 10,000, a million more Charlie Kirk disciples that will rise up and speak on his behalf and carry the legacy that he started. This is why worldview matters. This is why faith matters. Because in real life, if you are ideologically riddled with lies, with hate, with all these different things, they are lying to these easily influenced people. And if you are told that X party, the other party, whatever verbiage you want to say, if the media, if influencers, if social media, if all these different outlets of information are saying that people are evil, that they're Nazis, that they're Satanists, that they're all these different things compared to the KKK, all these terrible, terrible, hateful metaphors in modern media, that they practice freedom of speech with a sharp tongue and a hateful heart, and then are then surprised and apologetic when then these easily influenced people are killing people. Murder. It's murder, assassination, violence. We need to have conversations. We need to have debates. We need to see each other as image bearers. We need to be open to talking when there is only violence. That is not society. And so I think a couple things need to happen as a response to the memory and legacy of Charlie Kirk. Number one, I think the dialogue, the storytelling of the left, the wicked, the evil, the lies, they need to be held accountable, because ideologies and worldviews that are spewed in this way nonchalantly turn into violence, and that is not okay. Yes, in America we have freedom of speech, but when you lie, when you have a malevolent heart and you spread that toxicity and cancer in society, that leads to violence. So they need to be held accountable. Trump and the current office need to hold media, social media, all of it accountable. We need to cancel the cancel culture. We need to cancel them the same way that they try to cancel us. Their evil, malevolent hearts need to stop. And number two, like my dad so wisely said, it is now on us to carry the legacy of Charlie Kirk. It is no longer enough for us to sit back and let the world be. For the brave and courageous people that are willing to fight the fight are dying, are losing their lives, are being martyred for this fight. And it's no longer enough for us to just sit back and think that everything is okay. It's not. We need to fight for the faith. We need to show mercy to our enemies. We need to advocate for lost souls. We need to hold the legacy of Charlie Kirk, everything that he stood for. We need to raise families that fear God. We need to go to church. We need to have conversations with people, speak our truth in love, have the wisdom and the tact to be able to speak to these people as lost as they are. They are evil. They are riddled with demons. They are lost. I can only imagine that if Charlie Kirk were here right now, he would quote Christ on the cross in saying, "Forgive them, for they know not what they do." He had a heart that chased for the Lord. He knew the Lord. He knew that the only way to fight evil was with love. And it sounds so weird, but now it's on us to carry his memory. Do not forget this. Do not get lukewarm. We need to fight. We need to fight with our words. We need to fight with our truth. You need to know the Bible. You need to go to church. You need to really start thinking about this stuff. Because at what point is it a wake-up call? At what point is it, as his organization was called, a turning point for this nation? I believe this is it. I wish that it was any other way. I wish that he was still here. But we need to wake up and we need to honor the memory and legacy of Charlie Kirk.